Hello, hello. This is Christina, uh, digital marketing coach, and your host today. And I today is this new episode of KSM podcast, Growing Business Online with Christina. And I'm so pleased and I'm super happy to have my special guest speaker today, Lady Anne Zimmermann, far away from Australia. And welcome to the new episode of KSM Podcast.
Thank you.
And can you tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you do? And as I mentioned, that you are from Australia for our listeners.
I live in Canberra, Australia, which is actually the capital of Australia. I have been a school psychologist for many years, working here in Canberra and elsewhere. But since I've retired, I've launched my optimal health business, where I help people to learn the habits that they need to achieve optimal health. The people who get involved with the program are people who want to have more energy, want to feel alive and look and feel their best, and who like using quality products. And I also empower people to then pass those skills on to other people.
Oh, you remind me that I wanted to say that you continue working, like after retirement, you start working again as an optimal health coach. Is that correct?
Yes, this is correct. I have been involved with this business for many, many years, since before my children were born, actually. And I've taken advantage of the program and the products myself, and I have great faith in the whole process. When I retired, I missed that feeling of being able to empower people and the satisfaction of actually helping others and see them grow and achieve. And that's why I've picked this business up. It's totally portable. I can pick it up and put it down as I want. We've been away traveling around Australia for a couple of years, and I haven't touched the business in that time. But it's still kind of ticking along in the background. But it's because I just felt there was something missing from my life. This was something that I've been around for a long time and really believe in passionately. And so I decided to pick it up in the time that I have available.
Yeah, and as you said that you have been using those products and what you do, and you're going to tell us about it, but also what company is, and just I know, but for our listeners, they will be so curious to hear about your business. And as you said, that this triggered you to start because you just felt that you can help people. When you help yourself, you should help the other people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, that's really true.
You wanted me to tell you about the company?
Yeah, just about how did you start and when did you start to work, as in terms of health optimal coach. And I know that you use some kind of supportive products which you use on that way.
Yeah, I was actually approached about this business when we were thinking about starting a family. And I was very clear that I really didn't want to continue working while my children were little. And I was approached by a lady about a company that had environmentally friendly, healthy products, and that you could create an ongoing income. And I was very interested. I started actually with the skincare and makeup, and my mentor Heidi, she challenged me right from the start and told me that I didn't need to fade into the background. I needed to use brighter colours to suit myself and to be the best I could be, look the best I could be. And then she rang me a while later and asked me, like it was some months later after I started using the skincare, and said, "Did you know that there's a business behind this?" And she also introduced me to the vitamin products at that time and the cleaning products, and suggested that I might share the idea with other people. Unfortunately, back then, I just didn't have the leadership skills in order to build a business. And I guess I also, my son was very needy. He wouldn't settle if mum wasn't at home. So the business went on hold as I brought up my children, but I still use the products, and I actually tapped into the leadership program and started learning to think more positively, learning to think more about other people. And so when my kids went to school, the weight loss products were launched. So I'd been taking the multivitamins and the omega-3 and just to keep healthy, but they launched some weight loss products and a weight loss program. And I'd put on weight. We'd moved to Canberra by this time, and I had some friends here, and we all did the program together. And we lost over 60 kilos between the four of us. And I was convinced the program worked, and I've used it to manage my weight on an ongoing basis since then. And then I guess it was during COVID that we were going to go traveling, but we couldn't travel because we were locked in at home. I was working with kids with disabilities at that time, and I didn't think that trying to work with kids with disabilities through Zoom or the phone was going to be any fun for me. So that was when I started looking into the business, joining networking groups, and I started a weight loss group, a new weight loss group, and it was interesting because so many people got depressed during that time, and so many people put on weight during that time. Whereas our group, we lost weight, and I found I had business support all around me, keeping me positive and forward-looking and seeking to achieve goals. And then when we got out of COVID, I was able to travel for a couple of years, and now I'm back. And the company is the Amway Corporation. They actually have been around for 60 years. They've been farming farms in a sustainable way with making the soil as healthy as possible so the plants are as healthy as possible. They actually pay the farmers roundabout to spray their crops, not to spray their crops, so that they've got no leakage of pesticides from anywhere else. So they have a pristine range of supplements, which we use to help us with the program. They also have some protein snacks with healthy protein. They contain fibre and they contain the right balance of sugars and proteins and fats to keep you going between meals. And the training program that I'm involved with is called Network 21 International, and they have a leadership training program. So I now feel I'm ready to share the idea with other people.
Yeah, and this is fantastic, especially as you mentioned, Amway is one of this is networking company, and I mean that is more than 60 years old
Yep.
from since I'm not sure what was a year. And also, as you mentioned, cleaning products and other, they developed also wellness product, which you mentioned, which is so beautiful. They're just how it's going with the progress in terms of offering and products what this company has.
They're a great company. When us baby boomers were having babies, they started out making environmentally friendly cleaning products long before environmental concerns were popular. They won 2 United Nations awards for their environmental friendliness. They're the only company that's actually won the award twice. And as the baby boomers have got older, they've put more of their research and development into the supplements, the health and wellness products, and the skincare and the makeup. They're now the largest. They were the first network marketing company. They're now the largest network marketing company, and are leaders in many of the lines in many countries around the world.
Yeah, they're in many countries all around the world, this company. And what do you most work with, because KSM podcast is dedicated to grow for entrepreneurs, to help them to share their story and move and their business online, move forward, And I wanted to ask you, who is your, let's say, ideal client? Who do you mostly work with when people come to you to coach them and help them in terms of their health and what kind of problem they have, and are they women, men, or just different people? And you work now online. I mean, you should work globally, not only in the area of Australian territory, just like to much more wide, all around the world. I mean,
Yes, I certainly with with the internet, you can certainly work with people all around the world. I cannot sell directly to people in other countries. They need to, well, apart from New Zealand, they need to tap into their own Amway website, and I can recommend someone for them to get started with. So, but and then they've got 2 people to help them. They've got somebody local, and they've got our program here. The program has the same principles, like the weight loss program has the same principles in every market. The actual products may be slightly different or labelled differently in the different markets. It's certainly available all around the world. I find that very few people are telling me they want to lose weight. Everybody is telling me that they're tired all the time. And when you get your body into a state of a healthy state, then you have a lot more energy. I find that taking plant-based supplements, plant-based multivitamins, that in itself can boost people's energy. Getting off the sugar and carbohydrate addiction also boosts your energy. And we help people with both those things.
and you should work online with them that way, just to run them through the process in terms of coaching, and they will be supportive. But as you mentioned, if they have website of Amway in their countries, and you can refer products that they can buy there if they're not in Australia, and you are going to support them with your coaching and how to use it and how to. Is that correct? Just to be much more clear for our listeners who will listen this episode just to know how to, I will ask you how to connect with you and other things, but just to be much more clear for and on that way for our listeners who will listen to this episode.
Yeah, sure. There is an app which details the whole program, what you should eat. It's got somewhere for you to record what you eat, and it has access to uplifting audio material, educational audio material, and success stories, so that each day we suggest some people listen to either an educational audio or a success story or how someone overcame their challenges, because your mindset is a very important part of the program. We then, once I sit down with people initially and talk to them in more detail about what their particular challenges are and how the program could work for them within their budget and within their family lifestyle, because people all eat fats, protein, and carbohydrates, but we eat a great variety of different styles of food, and just working out for them how they can make this program sustainable long term and work for the whole family, because it's not much fun cooking 2 meals. You need to be able to feed your whole family more or less what you're eating.
And you mentioned family. Does it means that some, let's say that father or mother join your program, and you should work with all family, for example, and with kids as well, if they have some kind of problem for weight losing or something like that? As you mentioned, that it's going to be a problem that they can cook separating meals, and also of lifestyle of people and families is so important for that.
Ideally, I'd work with a couple, but I find that it's usually the mums that end up as my clients. And if mum's eating healthy and serving healthy meals, the children pick up those habits. I mean, my daughter has. She knows what she should be eating. I didn't really have to step it out for her. I told her very simply, look, what was good to eat, and yet she has a very good understanding. She's researched herself, of course. So the children, I find, pick it up. The program isn't specifically designed for children. I think if you're going to put a child on a diet, you probably need to go to a dietitian if just adjusting what they eat isn't enough. So if you start feeding them a healthy diet and that's not enough, then you probably need some more professional help. But at least starting out with a healthy diet is a good start. So after that introduction, we then get people started on the program, and I put them in a group. So we have weekly group meetings in the beginning until people learn the program, where people share their problems, they share their ideas, and share recipes. And then we have a daily accountability, which I'm using WhatsApp at the moment, where people tell us how much weight they've lost or gained that day, or whether they've stayed the same, how many carbohydrates they had, and how many steps they did. So we count steps. And it's great that I find the people in the group start supporting each other with that. And also I can see if someone's actually put on weight for a few days in a row, or they're stuck at one level for more than a week. I know I've got to talk to them individually to work out what's going on. Let's not wait until they've put on 5 kilos. Let's address the problem.
I think that they can take some notes, they put something when they start, and they, put on a weight and see how many kilos do they have. And after that, when they start with using work with you, they are very
Part
close,
of part of the
lose weight in some way, you know, and see that they have 1-2 kilos less, you know, what, just imagine how they're happy with that.
we people on the program commit to weighing every morning and reporting the weight loss or gain. The way the program is set up, people tend to lose some weight very quickly in the beginning, and that encourages you so that you're looking forward to getting on the scales in the morning to see how much you've lost, and then you can get on WhatsApp
Just
and
can't
tell
believe it.
everybody.
You know that I know I'm not talking from my perspective. How are we happy when we see that, but when you have some, you know, to go with some party on, you know, just to have you cannot refuse someone and say, I don't want to eat, you know, I don't want to lunch with you, but you get and sit down in front of table and many guests around, you know, sometimes, but
yeah, it can be a challenge. This is where sometimes I know when I was going to morning teas at work, the protein bars were really great because they're tasty. You can have your cup of coffee and you can have your protein bar and you don't feel you're missing out. And with the meals, we have a meal plan. So you can have some each for your main meals, you get some protein, you get some vegetables, and you get some fruit. So I often find if I just don't eat the potatoes or I skip the pasta, I can eat everything else and then have some fruit for dessert, which is usually an option in a cafe or restaurant. Or,
yeah, that's really nice. And
the
yeah,
other thing is,
I like what you do really because it's very fun. It's very healthy. It's very, you know, when people get new habits and if they follow up your steps with
yes,
what they need to do it. And can you tell us how people can connect with you? How listeners, you're open for people all around the globe. Is that correct? To connect with you and to run them through the
that
process online?
yes, that's correct. Yes, I probably LinkedIn or Facebook. I'm available under Anne Zimmermann on both of those platforms. Is probably the easiest way internationally to get in touch with me.
And just to schedule some kind of consultation with you?
Yes, I can actually send people a Calendly link and they can set up a half-hour appointment on Zoom just to have a chat.
Yeah, and so for all your listeners who will listen to this podcast on Amazon, Apple, Podcaster, Google Podcast, Radio Public, Spotify, just go and connect with Anne and just schedule consultation and she can help you on all these kind of things what we spoke about in coaching you how to get new habits and how to use and live a healthier life. Is that correct? As I invite our listeners.
Absolutely, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yes.
And yeah, and your story is amazing. You know, I love it. Just to when you, how did you start and how you used products and, you know, and just in your, what was your background and now you're in this area. And also, how do you connect with people? You mentioned networking. I met you at one network. Yes, and
Yes, I certainly attend business networking
yes.
events, and I meet people. I guess I meet people out and about, which was what I did very much before COVID. Um, just chatting to people and live networking events, but I get a lot of referrals also.
Yeah, and this is really lovely. I mean, you know, when you can connect with people and what I wanted to say, I would love to know much more about your program. And I'm thinking to, not just thinking, but I will connect with you to get some consultation about your coaching and in terms of losing weight and get healthier habits to.
I really enjoy working with people. It gives me a great thrill, and it's exciting for the whole group when new people join and people lose weight.
And how people can join, do you have some around your Facebook group or some group, or they join to your on via Zoom, or is it open to start? Is it for free when people wanted to visit it, or they are join the group when they start working with you?
I do have a Facebook group which people can join, and that's got some basic information about the program. I connect initially through Zoom, and there's no charge for that. That's a chat we just have. In fact, I don't charge for my coaching skills. The reward comes back to me via the products that people are using.
Yeah, and I will put all information in your Facebook group, link to your Facebook group and link to your Facebook profile and link to your LinkedIn profile. And also we can put Calendly as well if you want. So we can put all those information below this video podcast, which is going to be in my group, KSM Coaching, and also below audio on all those platforms so people and listeners can connect with you. And I asked you many questions. Do you have something to stress, like to message listeners of this episode? Just to share with them, to know from your story, and that would be great.
My background's in biochemistry. I did cell biology and genetics, and I was a teacher before I went into counselling. And I'm fascinated by the program because it is scientifically based so that you're not hungry and your body is getting the nutrition it needs. And this means that you learn how to live a healthy lifestyle by using the natural rhythms of your body in order to lose weight.
Yeah, this is really nice, so, but we need also think, as I mentioned many times with my guest speakers, especially with speakers from wellness industry, from nutritionists or other, that we sometimes don't think about ourselves, especially when we work, we are so busy, work online, offline, and sometimes we just need coaches as you are, like you, to remind ourselves to think about us and to have mindset about it. Yes, because we're so in technical part, just go there, go out, move, all habit obligations, what we have on a daily basis, and sometimes we really need to enjoy and have to enjoy our life in terms to clear our body, to clear our mind, and on that way, just to get new habits. As you said, that we use a lot food which is not so fit for ourselves.
Yeah, and although this program was originally developed by a team of doctors in the States who were working with obese clients, we have discovered it is really an optimal health program. And for people who are tired or just not feeling on top of the world, like getting tired and run down, as a lot of business owners do, this program can be of great benefit to people who don't need to lose weight.
And I encourage you, all your listeners, to connect with amazing Anne Zimmermann. She's an amazing coach, and she will help you and help all people who wanted to change something in their life, and you wanted and live healthier life. That will be so my message for the end of our call today. And it was lovely talking to you today, Anne.
Yes, thank you, Christina.
I'm super happy with that. Thank you so much for being my special guest speaker today. I'm so honored. And I think that we will meet again whenever you have some new
That would be
coaching
lovely.
program. I'm always open to have you the other time and the second time, third time. How I like to do that with my guest speakers to invite them again. Thank you so much, and you share such an amazing and very, very inspirational and valued story. And remind ourselves to live health and think about our health.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you, and have a lovely day. And bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.